All right, Robert Drury back again. When I try to get another game in on my Quest 2200, kind of hit a not real sure how to describe it. It's just kind of a standstill. I've lost some games where I didn't give myself adequate counterplay, and then I've drew some games that I should have won, but due to lack of knowledge, lack of in-game knowledge, various things, I drew the games versus winning them. A couple of them, I could say that my concentration wasn't totally there. But with that, let's see if we can get on the right path now. Okay, I got a 2089 to start off with. I got the black pieces. He's going for an English. And I have recently had issues with English when I started with B6, so I'll start with G6 this time. Okay, let's just go a typical Hippo setup here. I don't have to worry about the Austrian attack because he's got us a knight right there. He does have the 3 pawns. I'm continuing with a typical Hippo. He's got a bishop stack, which means the pawn in front of the bishop stack is usually going to be the weak pawn. Okay, I definitely don't want this bishop to get in there, so I've moved my pawn up. Now let's see, I can move here, and that will basically lock the center down. Then I can move my bishop back. Now there's some lines where they prefer you just to leave the tension there, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna lock it. Okay, I think he wants to come this route. Can I immediately push? Or do I want to play my knight around? And then no, what I'm talking about, that's not even an option anymore. Okay. If I push. Now let's push. Let's push. I'll come back this way. Oh, no, I just take with my knight. What am I talking about? I'll take with my knight. Center is locked. A lot of times when the center is locked, they're talking about you just... Okay. Just push and go this route. And he's coming here. He's coming here. If I come here, he's going to push. Come here. Come here, and then I'm going to try to figure out what I'm going to do with the knight coming into here. He's still going to bring that knight. He's bound and determined. Not an issue at the moment. He is bound and determined. Let's take it out. Take it out. I don't foresee him. I foresee him just putting this piece right there. He doesn't. Okay. Do I castle along? Push this way. Where's he going? Can I get that? Can I get that? Can I get that knight off the board? Do I take? Come back. Let's push. Let's just push them out. Let's push them out. And see if we can just gain a tempo there. I'm really tempted. He's. Oh. Okay. I think that he was expecting me to take here. Oh. He takes, I take. Let's take the pawn. Let's just take the pawn. Take the pawn. Take the pawn. Let's take here. Come in here. Oh, he is just. Give him a check. Take the. Okay. Okay, I like my position. See if we can get the queens off the board. No, we will. No. I'm just going to get the queens off the board. I'm just getting the queens off the board, and we are going to. He resigned. All right, so he was playing obviously pretty fast. You could tell by the time. I spent well, he spent. I'm sorry. I spent 5 minutes and 31 seconds. He spent 1 minute and 41. So he's moving a lot quicker than I am. I will do a review in a second, but I'm going to do something I usually don't do. I'll do a game review real quick to see what the. Okay, so game review has black at 89.3, white at 79.5. Okay, now let's go back and we will do the regular review. That's fine, May. Okay. All right. Yeah, C4. Like I said, I had been having trouble with going B6 against C4. I looked it up. I looked up some of my stats, and I found that I was having a little bit better luck with G6. And I do have a course on the Hippo that I got off Chessable, and I think it's only got one line in the opening section with G6. I'll have to go back and take a look at that. It's got, I think, 6 lines with B6, and in the B6 lines, a lot of them don't recommend you stick with the Hippo. That you end up switching it out, but The G6 one, I believe, is just a regular sticking with the Hippo, but I'll have to go and review that because, like I said, I was having trouble with the English. Okay, so, and we're just, he's got an English, and let's see. Computer says here E5, but that's not a Hippo, and I'm going with E6 to get a Hippo in. I don't have to worry about the Austrian attack because his knight is in front of his pawn, and he does have the 3-pawn center. And I just continue with my Hippo, and working on the Hippo. And like I said, when you see this stack going on, the pawn, this is the E4 pawn, which is right in front of the 2 bishops, it's usually the weak point, simply because it's only protected by the knight. And that's a point we look at to see if we can attack, is the E4 pawn. So I continue with my Hippo. I put 1 attacker on it. He brings the queen, the bishop, and we do not want to let him get the bishop right here, simply because then it'll be a force of trades on the bishop, and it's just not good for black. So I push the H6 pawn to keep him out of the H6 square, and he pushes the pawn. So now the knight moved this way and the knight moved that way, putting pressure on the E pawn. Just, it's not as effective. Simply, the knight moved this. If the knight moves to C5, then he can just push B4 and kick him out. I can still go the knight move to F6 and then try to get it here to put pressure. But if I move the knight to F6, he can blunt that simply by pushing this A pawn up. Okay, so I elect to close the center, and like I said before, the bishop will relocate here, and with the intent of pushing the F5 pawn. And he drops this. I assume when he dropped this knight back, he's planning on pushing F4 itself. So I don't waste any time, and I push F5. Now he just blundered here. He just trapped his bishop. Okay, I push. He takes, take back. And now I've got a slight edge. He does have the 2 pawns for the bishop. Okay, now the engine calls for knight to C5, knight to F8 is the 2. I thought about C5 in order to protect the E6 square, but I thought if I go C5, can't he just push? Can't he just push the B pawn? Which, let's see, let's go back, and all right, so if I go C, he pushes. That's interesting. He pushes, and the computer wants me to castle and to just give the piece back. Castles, B takes C, and bishop takes the knight. And oh, I see. Oh, I see. All right, this is move 14, and once I get done with this, I will come right back to that, because this is and I don't want to do it now because if I make the move, it's going to wash my squares out and make my screen look weird. But I'm going to come back to move 14 and show you. All right, so I moved knight to F8, second best move, and it's to protect the E6 square. He brings his bishop down. He's just, he's wanting to battle for the E6 square. I bring my bishop down because the whole purpose was I was going to bring my bishop this way anyway. Plus now it gets rid of my bad bishop. Okay, I'm willing to trade queens with him. He says no. And here it says push g5, knight to h5, and knight to e to g6, and that protects my bishop. And that was the best way to go. Now, I picked the fourth best way, which apparently is the bishop putting pressure on the knight. Okay, and he's trying once again to get in here. But I just push him. Now he's thinking, all right, so this is what he's thinking. He's thinking, I take, he takes, and if I take back, he's going to fork queen, or a king and queen. But what he misses is the fact that I just take the knight. And now he's having some issues. B takes c4. I went ahead and got that out of the way. That way my queen would have some scope up this direction. My rook's got scope. And I'm also threatened to take the knight out, and his advantage, or not his advantage, his his ability to have counterplay is getting weaker. He brings the rook over, and let's see, what did I play? I played knight takes e6, he takes it, and now I play the queen move, protecting, well, first of all, it's protecting the pawn, and it's attacking the other pawn. He makes a blunder. Well, I'll call it a blunder. I mean, the computer, looking at the computer lines, I mean, the valuations aren't a whole lot different. I call it a blunder because now it just allows my bishop to give him a check. I can take the pawn, and now I can actually move here, cause him some more issues. If he loses the queen, he's lost the game, but in reality, he's probably already lost the game. He comes in, he's like, okay, I'm going to pin your bishop, which is all for naught because I just protect with the pawn. He backs up, and now we're working to get the queens off the board. Okay, so he's attacking my rook. So we just castle. Now the rooks are connected. The bishop is a powerhouse. The queens, he just basically lost unless I blunder in some manner. Okay, and that was not the move because now the queens come off the board and he resigns. It's just a pretty clean win. Once he blundered early on, and then he gave up a bishop for 2 pawns, and at that point it was just making sure he didn't have any counterplay. But like I said, let's go back to move 14 because the computer says play this move. All right, I was worried about b4, and I thought, well, I'll just have to move it. But the computer line is, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just castle, and here's the key. The bishop is attacking the knight. The rook is attacking the other knight. You're not exactly giving it back. You're not really giving the piece up because the queen can't protect both. His queen is overloaded. So let's say that he goes ahead and takes. Bishop takes, queen takes, and the rook takes, and let's see, we got black is still slightly better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 to 8 on the pawns, but there's the extra knight, so black is still better. But with that said, let's see, my rating is back to 2103, and I will see you later. Bye.